Hey there, friends. Thanks for checking in. I'm with Steve from Michigan Arms, and we're going to talk about the High Point C9. We're going to break it down, talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, and see if it's a good choice for you. So let's go. Here we have the High Point C9. Not a bad gun. Both of us took it to the range. We do have some range time through it. Shot fairly well. So we're going to talk about the good. Steve, what do you like about this gun?
Obviously, the price point is a great selling feature for me, coming in at around $180. You can't beat that for the price.
180 is a little higher than it was a couple years ago. I remember it being right around 130, but they did raise throughout the years. That was really low, 130. So 180 is still a good price. What else do you like?
Yeah, it's actually pretty accurate. I mean, I was shooting it out. I put a couple of hundred rounds through it. Probably shot it out to about, 20, 25 feet. I didn't have a problem. The accuracy was actually pretty good.
Okay, I'd agree with that. So we got the price. The accuracy is pretty good. How'd it function for you?
No problems whatsoever. Out of 200 rounds, no failure to seize, no failure to eject, nothing.
8-round magazine.
Yeah, 8-round magazine.
Comes with one.
Yep, one only.
Not a bad mag. Very, very standard.
Yep.
Does have a extended grip on the base plate there. Finger grooves. Does have a safety which locks the slide in there. Overall, not bad. What would you grade the gun?
Probably coming in at about out of 5. Probably in around a 3.
A through E.
C.
Okay, you're going with a C. I'm going with a B. B minus. I'll say B minus. All right, so a lot of High Point critics out there. What do you think is the bad part of this gun?
One of the bad points, Dan, I believe on this gun is the weight of it. It comes in at 29 ounces. I believe it's just a little too heavy for this size firearm. It doesn't feel right in the hand. It's top heavy. I just don't like the way it feels.
Hang on, 29 ounces is not that bad. You look at your average Glock, your average XD, it's right around there. Matter of fact, the XD subcompact is at 33 ounces.
Yeah, but they're more balanced. The weight is more distributed throughout the whole gun.
Okay, and you don't think if you add ammunition to this magazine, it's not going to balance it out for you?
I still don't like the weight on it.
Okay, so it is a bit heavy. You can see right there that the slide is heavy. The problem that I have is not so much the weight, but this safety here, which does lock the slide in place, it rests right where the shooting thumb rests. So as the slide goes back, I found my thumb getting chewed up by this because it's rather rough texture. So that's one thing I don't like. The main thing that I don't like is the field strip. So the weight doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah, the field strip, I haven't actually field stripped this firearm, but I've heard a lot about it, and I know.
I have. Not this one, but I field stripped the C9, and let me tell you, it's a step-by-step process, very tedious, very frustrating, especially the reassembly. So that would be the bad, in my opinion.
I agree.
All right, let's move on. So we talked about the good, the bad, now the ugly. Steve, what do you think is ugly about this gun?
Dan, my personal opinion on this firearm is everything about this firearm is ugly. I think it's chunky, it's big, it's just not an attractive firearm.
Now, did you not just say you liked it because it is cheap, but now you don't like it because it's ugly?
Well, that's a pretty looking gun. The High Point is not.
Okay, so you think by putting the shield up in front of the camera, let me tell you something. In a self-defense situation, do you think the bad guy is going to know, because this is reliable, that you're shooting out of an ugly gun?
No, that's true.
Okay, so I'm going to agree with you there. It's not a good-looking gun. Certainly no shield, but all in all, not too bad either.
I agree, 100%.
Okay.
Actually pretty decent. I have no complaints with it. Thumbs up from me.
Okay, so that's the good, the bad, the ugly with the High Point C9. Steve, would you recommend this gun to a first-time shooter?
Yeah, definitely, no problem. Maybe somebody that's just getting into firearms for the first time, somebody that's on a budget. Definitely a good purchase.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I like High Point. I think they're making quality gun for the money. So go ahead and check out Steve at Michigan Arms. The link is in the description box below. I appreciate you watching, and you guys be safe.